you need to know one thing, right? When you scale a booking call model on paid ads, right, it works pretty well up to a certain point, but when you really start to scale it on cold traffic, the math doesn't math, right? The economics back out and the data starts to drop. Because in the booking call model, it only works for a smaller scale of the market, right, which is the small 3% of the automatic conversion market. Pretty much it's like the small percent of the market that is like extremely aware in the awareness stages, right? These people are like kind of ready to buy. They don't need much selling or time or testimonials to buy, right? They're already pre-sold and they're educated by the rest of the market, right? And they're just ready to buy. And once you exhaust that pool out, once you tap into that pool and exhaust it out, it stops working, right? So the current success you have had with your model, with your book call model, is because you're targeting a smaller portion of the market, right, who is ready to buy now. And at scale, when you start running ads on it and start scaling ads on it, your things will start to break and the data will start to drop. Let me give you an example of one of my one of the leads I've had. He came to me back in August. He was like hitting 200K a month with a call funnel alone on ads, and he was doing pretty good, right? But then I was like, he just like, bro, I don't need you right now, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, bro, you're gonna run into these problems in a few months. Last month he came back to me. He was like, bro, I want you to run this model for me, which I'll go over in a minute. And last month he hit 18K a month, right, from 200K a month to 18K a month because he exhausted his market, right, and he wasn't able to adapt, right. His cost per call is high, his CPO is high, his show rate is low, his close rate is low, and his economics and KPIs in general aren't just good, right? So the question is that how do you have a bigger magnitude? How do you tap into that rest of the market, right, and scale? So to balance out economics and hit a bigger portion of the market, you need to have a low ticket offer on the front end, right? And I'll show you why. Let me just pull up my Lucid chart up here. So with the low ticket model, right, when you run traffic to a low ticket page, what that does is you're hitting a larger audience, right? Because you have a low barrier to entry, which means that you can get more people into it. You're demonstrating your methodology to more people, and you can convert them from that non-aware 97% of the market to that automatic conventional market. So you control your audience from the start to the finish, right? You make them aware, and if you are the one who can make them aware and present a solution, you can tap into the bigger portion of the market, right? So let me show you how the low ticket model works, how one of my clients made $414,000 in just 90 days, how Caleb Box was able to go from 50K a month to 250K a month, and how Ben Kelly got to consistent 41K days. Now, in the book call model, it's like pretty simple. We have a headline, we have a VSL on the left, and the price on the right. So we're kind of embracing the sales process instead of hiding, right? The price is really upfront. The VSL is kind of really upfront about the product. And the copy itself is really solution state. Let me show you an example of what Jeremy Miner did. He also ran this low ticket funnel to $2 million a month using the same strategy I'm showing you, right? And same structure, headline, VSL on the left, price on the right, and you have like tons of social proof and testimonials and product stacking and value stacking on the bottom. Once they buy the low ticket, what we do is we kind of push them to and also once they buy the low ticket, right, once they go on the checkout, we have 2 order bumps, and one order bump that increases your average order value, right? So let's say they're buying a $27 product, and on the checkout we have an add-on for $47, right? And it has a 20% take rate on that. Your AOV now is about $36 something, right? So if you're spending about $50 to get one customer for a low ticket, now you're getting $36 of it back the same day. Now, once you get these people to get your prospects to buy the low ticket product, we push them and introduce a new problem that comes with the low ticket. And we say, okay, people buy the low ticket, but they can't implement it. They can't implement it because they don't know how to find the right suppliers. They don't know how to find this. They don't know how to blah, 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 blah. Introduce new problems. And then we kind of connect that to a solution, right? And this is the most important part of this model, right? This is where most people like kind of mess up. They'll have a good front end, they have good ads, but this is where they most mess up, right? And this is where you make money. We kind of have them book a personalized implementation call with one of our senior advisors. We have about a 70 to 80% conversion on this, by the way. It's pretty solid. They book a call with one of our advisors, and it's just our setter, right? We have a 15-minute call with our, instead of closure, it's just a setter, right? We have a 15-minute call with their setter. Kind of make sure they implement the product, and they kind of get a quick win over the next few days, and kind of see you as an authority once they get that win, and kind of once the setter qualifies them, pushes them to a call with the closer. Now once they buy the low ticket product, right, we also push them to a community and more stuff in the back end and emails. In the community, we're just kind of nurturing them more. We have more case studies, more products, more just more content in general that positions your high ticket product as the next step and kind of makes sure that they get a quick win from your low ticket product. In the back end, we have emails running, which kind of has day 1, day 2, day 3 implementation, and kind of make sure that people kind of implement the low ticket product. Doing this, we have about a 50, like I said, about 80 up to 80% of people book a call over here, right? And this is generally of how this model looks like. Now, running through the numbers, bro, if you implement this, here's what the numbers could look like for you, right? For every 100 low ticket buyers, right, you can get about $45,000 to $55,000. Let's just say you get 300 buyers per month at a cost of $60, right, for each buyer. That's about $15,000 in ad spend for each month, right? If you get 300 buyers, right? And your low ticket product is, let's say, $17, and you have a $27 bump on a 27% take rate on a $47 bump, right? So your average order value is going to be $26, right? You're spending $60, let's say 50, should be 50. Yeah, you're spending $50 to get $26 back, right? So that's a 52% liquidation, and you're getting $7,800 back on the ads over a month. Now we see 100 out of 100 buyers, we see 30 to 50% of them booking a call, right? We have about a 70% show rate, and 1 in 3 of these people get closed, right? With 35 of these people, right, out of the 300, converting to the high ticket of a price at $5,000, that's $175,000 in revenue, right? After spending $7,000 in ads, right? And you left with $167,000 in profit, right? And that's if you only get 300 buyers per month, but let's you get 600 per month. Let's you get 1,000 per month, right? Jeremy Miner, he's getting 200 per day, right? This is pretty scalable. The economics are playing in your favor. You're hitting a bigger portion of the market, and you can spend more on ads than your competitor, right? Dan Kennedy said, I don't know if you know Dan Kennedy, he said that the one who can spend the most on ads wins, right? So you can spend more money on ads than your competitors. Now, bro, we would love to do this for you on fully done for you basis. Kind of handle the front end, handle the ads, handle the A to Z everything, right? If you already have, and again, we're not here to replace any of your agencies, any of your funnels, any of your operators. We're just here to supplement what you're doing with a better model that has economics playing in your favor. Bro, just reply to the message I'm going to send you, and we'll go from there.